Pathing Madam, you were so kind to grant your time to give us information on how the structure of Therapant is working, how the monks go for alms, how they are sitting and sleeping, and this would be very kind if you could give us some details on this.
Therapant order is well-managed organization, and everything is here in system and order. Hierarchy is, there is the one Acharya, and rest of all are the disciples of the Acharya. And there are several group leaders with a group of 2 monks, 3 monks, 4 monks, like that. And each group leaders have the responsibility to look after his group. He is a kind of representative of His Holiness Acharya. And this is the working system of hierarchy in Therapant. There are a lot of work, internal and external. And almost for every work, there are 1 monk or 2 monks is responsible to look after the activity. Just like our internal system, for example, we have to go for alms. So there are hundreds of houses where people wish to give the alms, and many monks and many groups who have to go for alms. How they will go? Where they will go? If it happens that in one house everybody go, and in one house nobody will go, so what will be the system? So we make a system of gochri. Like in where the His Holiness lives, there are mostly monks and nuns, both are there. So we make a system of equality. It will call samvibhag. Means everything should be in samvibhag. Samvibhag, you can say in equal share. So first of all, we get the list of houses in which we have to go. Then we make them in 2 parts. Several houses for monks and several houses for nuns. After dividing the 2 parts according to the ratio of monks and nuns, then for the monks, just like if we get 50 houses or 60 houses, we will again divide it into 2 parts, one for today and one for next day, because we don't go at one home continue. With some exception we can go, otherwise we just go alternate days. So we divide it in 2 parts, and there are 1 or 2 monks who is responsible for all these divisions. They give the list, and then we see how many groups of monks are for alms. If there are 8 groups, then we divide, we make 8 chits, and we write down the name of the houses in all the 8 slips, fold it and make it as a lottery system. Then who is the most elder, or suppose I am making this system, then the next, my next, who is in Diksha order, with whose name is Gochri, he come and took a slip and open it. Then next one come, he will took a slip. Then next one come, one by one, and all the groups come and take their all the slips. Then we make it down, whose Gochri is where. The responsible monk have the list, that at this house this person will go, this house this monk will go, this house this monk will go, and everybody have their own list that in this house I have to go, or from my group we have to go at least for these houses. So this is the system of the Gochri. And again, if we have to stay here for a long time, for example if a 1 month, then by after 4 days we rotate the slips. My slips go to my elder monks, his slips go to his elder monks, his slips go to his elder monks. So every time there is a rotation of monks and the houses. So this is the general system of our taking the alms. After the responsible person have take the alms, then other monks also can go there. They can also take alms if they have need or if they wish. But the responsibility to go there is the main monks who have the slip.
And also those Gojari for Acharya Shri, they are also in the system, or is this apart?
Is a this apart.
Okay.
The responsible monks or nuns who do Gojari for Acharya takes some houses, first choice, then we make the system. That is called Samucchay. Samucchay.
This is the Gojari for Acharya.
For Acharya and the monks who are with Acharya, like small monks.
Ah. And please, another system is the system who is sitting where and who is sleeping where.
Who is sitting where? So the again system, main thing is equality and a system or order. We have 5 rooms, example. Each rooms are not same in the sizes, because we have to go every places again and again.
Yeah.
That is not necessary. Then we get enough place. Sometimes we get more places, more rooms. Sometimes we get less room. Sometimes we get different shapes and kinds of room. There is not a common. So there, where we will stay for 2 days or more than 2 days, then there is a responsible monk who divide the places. First we keep the place for Acharya. Then rest of the places he will divide according to the size of the rooms and the sitting capacity. That this room is for 2 groups. This room is for 1 group. This room is for, these 2 rooms, small rooms is equal to 1 group. He divide these all the places. And 1 monk from every groups represented there. Then he asks everyone, is it okay? Or do you have any suggestion or alteration? Everybody say no, it's okay, it's fine. Or somebody say no, this room is big, you can make it in 2 groups. Everybody say okay, it is big, you can make it 2. Then we finalize that this is the division of the rooms. Then we call the eldest group. Come and choose your part. Here 3 monks, 1 group, okay. I will choose this room. Then next one come. Next group will come and they will choose their room. Okay, I will sit there. Then next group, like all the groups come and choose their places. Again, we are in 1 room and there are the 1 group, but we are 3 monks. Then again we ask the eldest monk, where will you sit? He say, okay, I wish to sit here. Okay. Then second one, where will you wish to sit? I want to sit there. Okay. Then the third one will sit in the rest of the place. So this is the system of the division of the rooms. So everybody will get the same part of the room. Not that somebody have 4 rooms and somebody have no rooms. No. Everybody should be equal in.
And related to the lists, do you use paper or do you do it by mouth? The lists in the memory. When you write down, for example, the list of households, you write it down on paper?
We write it down in paper and we take that paper with us.
I see. And then you do like always, you use it very often and very carefully, as we know this. Yeah. And also you said you are sometimes confided some health task of Acharya Sri. So you go for a doctor or you make health checks, or how can we think this is working?
For personally, as I say earlier, that many monks have different kinds of responsibilities. Somebody is in some work, somebody have another assignment, somebody have another assignment. For example, I myself have 2 or 3 kinds of assignments given by His Holiness. One is for his personal health, medical, and second is for Priksha meditation. So like his personal health, if he feel any kind of illness, then he inform me. His Holiness tell me that I have this problem, then we can call a doctor. Doctor come here and see to Acharya, and if he suggests anything, then we will see that if it is necessary or not. These medicines have to give or not, then we make it decides.
I see. And you also, one of your tasks is International Priksha Meditation Camp, or Priksha meditation in general.
Priksha meditation in whole.
In whole.
Yeah.
And
earlier I was assigned for International Priksha Meditation Camp.
Yes.
And after several years, I am assigned for whole Priksha meditation work.
Because it was you and Muni J. Kumarji who have thought these meditations should be practiced and organized in camps for the benefit of many people.
It was also being organized before, but we make it more refined way or more systematically, especially in international field.
Yes.
Then His Holiness think they are doing work well, then they give us the whole responsibility of Priksha meditation system.
So thank you for your valuable time, and I'm very happy that we can record this in video, as we are knowing each other since a very long time, since the beginning when we started, and we also are happy to tell people that you are speaking some words of German. And this
when I was very small, that time one person, the brother of Muni Mahendra Kumarji, Arun Bhai Javeri, he knows German, he came, and I am fond of foreign languages, I want to just learn. Then he taught me Guten Morgen, Guten Abend, Gute Nacht, Woher kommen Sie, Wie lange bleiben Sie hier, Wie geht es Ihnen, or something like this, Danke Sie. And if I remember, the time it is 1995. It is almost 19 years back. Ein, zwei, drei, vier, fünf, Jack, sieben, acht, nine, 10 or something.
And still you remember. Thanks a lot.
Because, and one thing more, especially for German people, as I feel, German people are laborious and have a good sense of research. And they have also done a lot of work in the field of Jainism. There are a lot of German scriptures, German literature, which is worked on Jain literature and Jain canons, etc. In the field of yoga meditation also many German scholars have done a very good job. But unfortunately there is not a very strong connection with German people from our side, because I don't know, only 2% I know mainly from German, Karla Gritz, Karuna and Aparigra Christian, who are working with us from since a long time, more than a decade, I think more or 14 years. So if there are hundreds of Karla and Christian, Karuna and Aparigra, then it will be a revolution, because in German thousands of yoga teachers are there. we can teach them more spiritual exercises. We can teach them more love and compassion and the essence of Jainism which we have. And I strongly feel that when the East met with the West, then only the revolution can be done. So if more German people can come to join this movement, which will be beneficial for the humanity, it will be more good.